Fight could really be a major fight that a lot of people are looking to see. When did you know that?
When the people start talking, and obviously everybody around try to make this fight. I say, look, it needs to be big.
This fight doesn't happen if you're never born, right? You made this fight happen. Why this fight?
Not me, it is who behind me.
I like Crawford, I'll get right to it.
Why?
Because he's like the first time you went from regular TV, which you've been doing a long time, to 3D. He's different. Really, that's the simplest way I can say it.
The showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez delivered on every ounce of hype, transforming into a true spectacle. Even Canelo admitted the matchup was simply too big to pass up. Though he initially declined the offer, the overwhelming demand and historic buzz surrounding the fight made it inevitable. As millions tuned in worldwide to watch two all-time greats collide, the electric atmosphere proved this was far more than just a boxing match, it was a global event.
You know, take this fight because you can see how big is this fight, no? At the beginning when they say, hey, you thinking about fight Crawford, I say, never thinking about that. But you can realize how big is this fight, no? Always Mexican versus USA is big. And two of the best pound for pound. I think this fight is huge and means a lot for me.
When did you realize, when did the moment hit you that this fight can really be big? This fight can really be a major fight that a lot of people are looking to see? When did you know that?
When the people start talking, and obviously everybody around try to make this fight. I say, look, it needs to be big, right? Because Netflix, Riyadh season, everybody interested in this fight. So that's when I realized how big is this fight.
Crawford felt like initially you needed some convincing because you thought it was a lose-lose proposition, whereas you're fighting the smaller guy, and if you won, you wouldn't really get any credit for it. Was that what you were thinking?
Yeah, but if you think well, I've been in that position before.
Saudi advisor and chairman Turki Alalshikh reflected after the fight that the night was about more than just boxing. It was about delivering a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. He highlighted how special the moment was for fans, particularly with the possibility that this could mark Terence Crawford's last appearance on a stage of this magnitude. For Alalshikh, bringing the bout to a global audience held profound significance, as it not only showcased two legends at the peak of their craft, but also preserved a piece of boxing history that fans will cherish for generations.
My country, I'm boss, you know? But really, if you look at as a business, this fight will not happen if we are not involved. As Riyadh season, Saudi Arabia, this is true. Because even with what the relationship with Netflix, and we are very happy about it, still this fight costs more and more.
Speaking of cost more and more, for everyone who watches it, everyone already has a Netflix account, so they're not paying anything extra for it.
Yeah.
You, however, are the guy who just paid hundreds of millions of dollars for a pay-per-view fight that you wanted to see. So people like to get their money's worth. What do you want to see from this fight?
First, not what I want to see, what all the people around the world, and you are fans of boxing, want to see. It's take too long, but thanks God, without the support behind me from my government, my leader, Crown Prince, and the vision, and without the love of the fans, we will stop not complete. This is what push us. This kind of fight, special Canelo Crawford, I want to explain it to you exactly why it is important fight of the century. Canelo is the biggest name in boxing now, and Crawford undefeated and have the chance to be undisputed for the third time. Maybe this is the last fight for Crawford, and for Canelo, it's mean a lot for his fan in North America and South America and all the world. He doesn't want to get beating from guy getting up 2-3 weight.
Renowned trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas, speaking alongside ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, had been singing Terence Crawford's praises even before the opening bell of the historic clash. Atlas drew a vivid comparison, calling Crawford the boxing equivalent of the leap from 3D to digital, a metaphor meant to capture his sharpness, innovation, and elevated skill set. To Atlas, Crawford's adaptability, precision, and calm under pressure made him unlike almost any fighter in the sport today. When Crawford finally stepped into the ring, those words felt anything but exaggerated. His seamless switches between orthodox and southpaw, his uncanny ability to read opponents within moments, and his lightning-fast adjustments all validated why so many analysts had placed their faith in him. Against one of the most decorated champions of the era, Crawford's composure under the brightest lights highlighted his evolution into a truly complete fighter. For fans around the world, the performance was exactly what Atlas had foreshadowed, a fighter redefining the sport at its highest level. Crawford's display was more than just about landing punches. It was about pushing the art of boxing forward, leaving viewers with the feeling they had witnessed a new chapter in the sport's legacy.
Back in the day, I used the Max, and then that was good. It was cool. VHS, VCR, all that stuff. I still got them actually. And all of a sudden, digital came around.
There you go.
He's digital, really. And I'm not knocking Canelo for all the people out there that want to pull their arrows now and start slinging shots at me. Hey, that's okay. That's fine. But I'm not knocking him. He's a good, solid guy. He's
Good, solid guy. He's 63-2, Teddy, and has never been knocked out. And this guy
wait,
was
what's
fighting
his
him
record?
63-2.
Wait, what's his record?
63-2.
By who's accounting?
What do you mean by who's accounting?
What am I trying to say? There's a couple fights there that you might be able to argue there. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Starting with Triple G. Just a little bit. A little bit. I mean, you're insulting them a little bit. Like in a movie with De Niro.
I'm not insulting him. I'm pointing out the facts. But here's my point to you, Teddy. He's 63-2.
Lara, how about the Lara fight?
Hold on.
You want to go back further?
Okay. What about Madrimov with Crawford? I'm just saying.
No. He beat Madrimov. He didn't look the way we want him to look.
Okay.
Because stepping up for the first time to that weight class, he didn't look the way that we wanted to say, oh my God.
Well, stay with me. Let me ask you this
question.
question.
And Madrimov was not getting the credit for the kind of fighter that he was.
But let me ask you a question, Teddy Atlas. He didn't look the way you wanted him to look, moving up from 147 to 154. Now he's going from 154 to 2 weight classes to 168 against a guy who's 11-0 at the 168-pound limit and is entering his 12th fight undefeated and has never been knocked out.
Yeah, VHS digital. Did you worry about that jump when you went from VHS to digital? No, you just said we're at digital now, and it looks good. It looks really good, and you look great. No, you do.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You look tremendous.
I'm just saying. Listen, I believe in Crawford too, and I believe that Crawford is one of the top 2 fighters on the planet. But he is moving up 2 weight classes, and when people look at him going up against Canelo, here's what they're saying. He's got to keep his distance. He's got to hit, stick, and move. He can't stay in front of him.
Canelo Alvarez, the 4-division world champion, stepped into the fight with his future already outlined. He has made it clear that retirement is on the horizon within the next 2 years, having checked nearly every box a fighter could dream of, unifying titles, headlining stadium spectacles, and building a legacy that few can match. Against Crawford, his performance showcased not just his enduring skill but also his determination to etch his name deeper into boxing's pantheon. At this stage, Canelo's focus was less about adding belts to his collection and more about ensuring that, when the gloves finally come off, he is remembered among the sport's immortals.
I don't know, maybe 2 more.
2 more years. Is there anything else that you want to accomplish that you haven't yet accomplished?
I already accomplished everything.
So
and I did everything in boxing. So I'm fine.
When this is all over for you, maybe in 2 years from now, what do you want to be remembered for?
One of the greatest fighters in the boxing history. That's why I'm here. That's why I start boxing. So I'm doing good.
I think you've already accomplished it.
Broadcaster and analyst Simon Jordan underscored the remarkable consistency and longevity of Canelo Alvarez's career. He reminded audiences that from the moment Canelo burst onto the professional scene as a teenager to his rise as one of boxing's most bankable pay-per-view stars, he has shouldered immense expectations and delivered time and again. Jordan stressed that very few fighters remain at the absolute pinnacle for more than a decade, yet Canelo has done so while conquering multiple weight divisions. The fight itself reinforced those remarks. Canelo's ring IQ, his composure under pressure, and his ability to exploit even the slightest openings all highlighted why he is regarded as one of the era's greats. Every adjustment he made inside the ring reflected a reservoir of experience few opponents could rival. As new champions emerge, Jordan's words ring true. Canelo's ability to sustain dominance against younger, bigger, and fresher challengers is an extraordinary achievement, and in that sense, this bout didn't just add to his record, it reinforced his place as more than a champion. It reminded fans that Canelo Alvarez is a generational figure whose legacy will stand alongside the sport's very best.
We were deep on it.
He did.
Deep on it.
He did. Canelo's achievements that speak for themselves. You see, he's been around a long, long time, 20 years as a pro, and he's beat some of the best fighters out there for sure. I think that Paulie there is referring to him avoiding Benavidez, right? Everyone's wanted to see him, wanted to make. He's been picking and choosing his own opponents, and yeah, he has had some easy options. And he gets an opportunity to go in against Terence Crawford, or Terence Crawford gets the opportunity to go against him. Look, every way you want to look at it, I think that you cannot deny how good Canelo has been. He has adapted, he's had to adjust. Now, he stalks forward, he hunts his prey, but he single shots to the body, single shots to the head, and that's why I think timing for Terence Crawford here could be.
Duke, me and Spencer have got Terence Crawford. How do you think this fight is won and lost?
Yeah, I think this fight is won Crawford by sticking to his boxing, which he does beautifully. From the outset, I thought Crawford would win this fight, simply because
you went, okay.
He's a great boxer, right? Switches from left to right effortlessly. He's a good stayer. He's got that fight that you need as a champion. What he's done has been done before, albeit, many, many moons ago with Sugar Ray Leonard, when he moved up and boxed Donnie Lalonde from welterweight to super middleweight. In between that and boxed Marvelous Marvin Hagler. So that's probably a harder route even still, but I feel that this stone difference, it's not really that much. Not when you look at the bigger picture. Stoning weight is a lot of weight, of course it is. And sometimes you don't even want to give away a pound in weight. The fact that he's putting on a stone, pure muscle.
UFC President Dana White, speaking both as a promoter and a fight fan, hailed the showdown as the biggest boxing event of modern times. With 65,000 tickets sold, the atmosphere inside the arena was electric, a spectacle in itself. White described it not as a fight, but as a war, and the action inside the ring lived up to that billing. Every exchange drew thunderous roars, and from the opening bell to the final moment, the contest carried a monumental weight. The sheer scale and intensity of the night cemented it as more than just a title fight. It was a cultural moment.
All I care about as a community for that is that fight. Over 65,000 people are coming into this fight live. Who knows how many can tune in around the world on Netflix, but what I want is when it's over, everybody turns off TV or walks out of the arena. I'm so excited. So, I mean, I can sit here for an hour and break down the fight, both ways for both guys. But what I truly believe, because Crawford's moving up in weight, this legacy thing is so important, and he's going to come at Canelo. You know how Canelo is, counter puncher, hits hard. I think it's